Svetlana. Welcome to another of the new video. In this video, I will be sharing a holiday chalkboard card featuring the Festive Foliage stamp set. In this set, you can find stamps to create a beautiful foliage Christmas tree and a heart that goes inside of it. There are layered images to stamp a multi-color design, as well as those that will stamp the whole design in one color. You can also find a solid heart of the same size and several sentiments in this set. I'm starting making my card by stamping the tree 1 stamp onto a white panel using a ruby red ink. I'm using my Mini Misty for stamping, which is important for this technique. After that, I'm stamping this image one more time with the clear embossing ink, and then I'm going ahead and clear embossing it. Next, I need to stamp the heart 1 using the same ink onto the panel, but it would be hard to align this stamp as the tree is not stamped in full on this point. So I will be doing an auxiliary stamping. I'm taking the non-layered tree stamp, aligning it along already stamped elements, and mounting it to the Misty lid. Here I have a scrap piece of paper of the same size as my panel, and I'm stamping the tree onto it. After that, I am taking the Heart 1 stamp and aligning it along the stamped tree. Now I can remove the scrap paper and finally stamp the heart onto my panel. And again, right away, I'm going ahead and clear embossing it. Now comes a messy part. I'm blending the jet black ink onto the panel, covering it completely. And I'm doing a pretty aggressive blending, as I need it to become as black as possible. Then I let it sit for a while to let the ink dry completely. As on the next step, I will be doing white embossing, and I don't want to deal with embossing powder sticking in the areas which are still wet from ink blending. Now, after the panel dried, I will be white embossing the tree 2 and heart 2 stamps onto it. I am prepping my panel with a baby powder, just to add additional anti-static protection. And I wet a bit overboard with the powder amount, which is not critical in case of this card, as I will be making it chalky looking anyways. Okay, the next step is optional, but I like taking it when making chalkboard cards. I'm aligning the non-layered tree stamp along the stamped image and mounting it to the Misty lid. And then I'm shifting my panel a little bit to the right and top, inking up the tree with a white pigment ink and stamping it. Since I shifted the panel, the tree got stamped with a slight shift, making this kind of shadow that you can often find in a chalkboard art. Next, I'm going ahead and white embossing a sentiment, followed by stamping a white shadow for it, the same manner as I did for the tree. And now comes another messy but the most fun and most important stamp, adding chalk smudges to the panel, which I do by pressing a paper towel to the white ink pad and rubbing the panel with it in different directions. And this finishes off the chalkboard technique. To finish off the card, I mounted the panel onto a white card base. I hope you like the technique and will give it a try. If you have any questions, don't hesitate asking them in the comment section below. Have a wonderful day. Bye.